Hello and welcome to the Roundtable. I'm your host, Pastor Patience. Today, promised to be another interesting discussion. We will be talking about food safety hygiene. The food you eat, what you put inside, is very important. It needs to be properly taken care of to avoid sicknesses and diseases. And we're going to be bringing some videos, and you're going to make your own determination. Is this the way we're supposed to keep our food? Is this the way we're supposed to handle the thing that we put inside of us and we expect to be well? When you are sick, who do you blame? Do you blame the people that are selling and you are patronizing? Or do you blame yourself for patronizing people that are not handling food properly? It is very important. And if you live in a community that healthcare system is not adequate to take care of the sicknesses that are around, then you also ought to take care of yourself. And so today the big question here is, what is food safety hygiene? How are you supposed to handle your food, prepare your food? Let's look at the definition of food safety hygiene. And I'm going to take us to our slides. And I want you to know that the information here on these slides, they are not mine. They are courtesy of CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control and Research, Wikipedia, and some other sources that we have to look at to make sure that we give you the adequate information that you need. What is food safety hygiene? Do you want to be well? You want to keep your community safe? You want to keep your family safe? Then you ought to prepare your food and handle your food the right way. So let's go to the definition of food safety hygiene. Food safety hygiene tells us it is the practice of handling, preparing, and storing food in ways that prevent foodborne illness or contamination. It is very important that you store your food the right way, you handle it the right way, and you prepare the right way in order that you don't contaminate the food, which will lead to sickness or disease. And they tell us here ways in which we ought to do these things. So there are 4 steps. Food safety hygiene involves 4 simple steps. First, clean. You need to be able to clean, wash your hands, clean your utensils, and everything that you are using to prepare the food. The second thing is separate. When you're preparing food, you have to separate the different things. Separate the meat from the vegetables. Separate the fruit from the meat. And cook. Food ought to be cooked at the right temperature so that it can be properly consumable. Cook at the right temperature and store at the right temperature. The next thing is chill. How do you preserve it? Food also need to be preserved at the right temperature to avoid contamination. Now I'm going to upload some videos so you can see some of the food that are in the market. You know, we go around eating all manner of stuff in the midst of filth, and we expect to be healthy and we expect to be well. You can't be in the midst of flies, in the midst of the slum, in the midst of dirt, and then you think that you are going to stay well. You are not going to. And some of those sicknesses and diseases, you are going to pass them on to your family members, and if possible, even pass them on to your community. And that's the reason why your wholeness and your wellness is not for you alone. It's for everyone that come in contact with you. If you're a business person, if you are just a family member, whatever it is, your wellness is tied to someone else's wellness. So you ought to be well. So let's take one or two videos here and see what how people are handling food. Let's go to our clip number 1. This you can see it is very, very important the way in which you handle those, because they have a way of making you sick when they are contaminated. Let's remove this and I want you to see some of these food. This is something remember the 4 things we ought to do. We ought to know how to handle our food, how to make sure they are clean, they are properly taken care of, to keep you safe and healthy. And let's leave this and come to our next slide. You see, there are people that are selling and the food is open. And what's the purpose of putting the cloth or the plastic one side and the food itself is open? It's only, you are only exposing the food to contamination. This is another food. It's open. And the thing here is in the midst of the dirt. We have another thing here that is high and if you look behind, you look to the side, you see right almost to the top. You see the people like in the yellow stone, they use the government to do perfect. Why these things? Okay, I want us to go to our OB out there. They will be giving us, some insight into this discussion. I want to say welcome, Matthew.
Yeah, welcome, Mother. Welcome to 45 City TV live here. We are discussing food hygiene. Here in Liberia, there are a lot of sicknesses that let's say dropping people astray. A lot of people are getting sick overnight. Typhoid, you name it. There are a lot of sicknesses that really affecting people, and most of it can come from, from my own observation, most of it can come from the food that we eat, the water we drink, and what have you. So before is one of our brothers who will like to speak to our privilege concerning about the food buy on the street. So welcome to 45 City TV, brother. Soneba and you just
Prince S.
okay,
Boyka.
Prince S. Baji. So welcome to 45 City TV.
My name is Prince Boyka.
Prince who?
Prince S. Boyka.
Look into the camera, sir. Yeah. Prince who?
Prince S. Boyka.
Okay, welcome to 45 City TV.
Thank
So
you.
why is your own take on the food that people expose on the street as well?
Food exposed on the street is highly harmful to our life because we don't know where the flour comes from. We don't know how well it was prepared, but it open it, sitting, just blowing it, and we buying it. So at the end of the day, when we buy it, we eat, we suffer from diarrhea, we suffer from malaria, other sicknesses, and there will be no proper treatment for it. At the end of the day, when we go to clean it, you suffering from typhoid. But what was in the body, they can actually tell us. But food in the street open is not really good for us.
So do we have any advice of those selling the food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I would recommend that if they want sell food, open it at least let it find a shop. Yeah, let it find small shop where they'll be selling our food. But it should not be like in Willow, it just if you open it. You can find small shop or the base small in the kitchen where it will be well safe when the person buy it, will go sit and eat. But not to just buy it and pass back.
Yeah, but other people may say selling on the road is the fastest way of making money.
Yes,
So
it's
if in the street, getting in shop, there is another way. So I don't know.
yes. Selling along the roadside is the fastest way of getting money. But you can also make it decent. You can also make a particular place decent for customers. A customer will be free to eat, customer will be free to buy from you. But not to open it and sell it like that.
Are you purchase food on the street before? And what are some of the food that you are purchasing? Is it pepper kara or chicken feet or I don't know. What are some of the food that you are purchasing on the street before?
I purchase pepper color in the street, fried plantain, fried potato, cassava, a chicken feet. Yes. I ate fried chicken before from the street.
And since you've been buying fried chicken and all the things you get name on the street, are you being affected before or someone that you know are being affected?
For me, I have been affected and people have been affected in my presence so many times, uncountable times.
Okay, so do you have any recommendation to the government?
Yes.
Yeah, so what would be a recommendation to the government, the national government?
For me, recommendation to the government is for the government to take the people from in the street and see how best they can find place for them. If they refuse to do it, if you want to sell in the street, you must get a kitchen. But if you don't want to move on in the street, then the government can take you out of the street by force.
So you want for government to take the street seller, the people who sell the food, right?
People are selling pepper color, fried chicken, open it at flag and play with at any time. Let them find place for themselves.
But they get some people who just in the habit of frying the egg. You know, when they fry the egg, they will just be passing around with it. They say they want you to see it. Have you eaten such egg before?
Many days. But it can be harmful to our stomach when we eat it at the end of the day. Our stomach will hear painful at the end of the day. We suffer from running stomach.
Okay, so what's the name again?
Prince S. Boyka.
That was our brother Prince Bwaka who just gave his own view concerning about contaminated food in the so he urging government to also see reason taking those who doing such things on the street. So let's turn to our own brother here, Michelle Joe.
To 45 city
Uh, why is the topic on the street?
I think it is important. It is very, very necessary, especially at this time in Liberia, mostly in Monrovia, where I reside. And for what I see, I think it is harmful with the way food is being treated in the marketplaces. Let's take for example people that are selling coconut and raw cassava pieces. They just let this food to be open. People buy them and eat them. They are not even covered. They are not protected. People say they fly along the road, and there's nothing like anything to protect it. They don't even put it in some kind of transparent board that can be covered. But dust, whatsoever, everything go into it, and people buy these food, eat them, and at the end, people get sick. It will put additional burden to government. So it is very embarrassing, and I think the topic it is very, very, very important to look at.
So have you eaten such food on street
Of course, I have, and I know the kind of danger imposed. I've eaten like some of the fried, like the color, pepper color, the one we call pepper color. I've eaten some before, and I know exactly how it treated me. So I know it will not be safe. I don't want other people to jump into it before they can see the bad side of it. So I think it is important that we speak to it as soon as possible so that these people will not go into it and at least this food can be taken care of. It's not bad for people to sell them, but then I think they should consider care because anything that enter into the system to get it out is a bad thing.
So have you eaten chicken feet or chicken from the market before?
I've eaten chicken feet, I've eaten sausage, I've eaten pork, the roasted pork, the fried pork, and all that. I have tasted all of these things. I live in Monrovia here, just around red light, and I know what it takes. So these food are common to be seen, and we eat it on a daily basis.
But they have some fish, they have some chicken where they can make bread. Have you eaten such a chicken before?
Yeah, like just like what I'm telling you about the color, the same way the color is being treated, just it isn't the same way that this food will be treated. They don't cover them. Some of them they take some kind of net where when the breeze by, it just fly up and the food remain open for like 10, 15, 200 minutes before the owner can say, oh, then they shake it small and take the flour or cover it by and people come and buy and eat. So we've seen them all around us here. We have them, people selling them around here. We all buy them and eat them.
What is the recommendation to national government?
I think the government should look into it as important and they put the mechanism in place. People who are selling food along the road, they should have some mechanism where they look after these people to make sure that they are selling the right food and selling it in the right way. So that at least when people buy them, they don't get sick at the end because government should consider the fact that when the people get sick, it becomes burden the government. The people go back to the hospital. And when people go there, there's no drugs in the hospital, it becomes government burden. So they should look into this direction, find means, and look at these people, give them some awareness, tell them how to take care of these food. It's not bad that they sell them, but they should find way to take better care so at least when people eat them, they are not sick and they are not getting sick from them.
Again?
My name is Mr. Joe, and I really want to say thank you again for having me on the podcast this evening.
Okay, so for folks, that was brother Mr. Joe. So we now turning to one of our brother who will now speak on the same issue about food hygiene. So welcome to 45 City TV, brother.
Sit.
Yeah, what is your name?
My name is Thomas M. Wenham.
Thomas Wana
Thomas N. Wenham.
or Thomas M. Wina.
Yeah.
So you listen to the topic of discussion. Why is your own view?
I listened to the topic, and it's a good topic that tend to the food hygiene. No, the food we eat on the street is not it's not good for our health. It break down our health because sometimes you see food open on the street. Some of them can call they say for the fly, but all not for the fly. The dogs can get on the food. And meat there, meat pepper soup. If you carry the market, it can be open. Then you get a person one to be. The person will put that to be in a mouth and put that back in the food. It's not good for the health.
Yeah, so someone have affected from such harmful food before, or have you been affected?
I can't say about other people, but I know about other people. But me, it's not good for me. Sometimes it hurt me because so now when I go eat that they make it sick. I can feel it from my stomach. My stomach is wrong because the food that you eat is different from the food I eat from your house. Because when you go buy the food on the street, because you buy because you're hungry, you not buy because you want to buy. Yeah. So I want to tell you to talk to the people that are up there hearing us.
to help and do something about it.
So, if you are to meet the president of the Republic of Liberia today, what would be your own advice to him?
I'll be very happy to speak to him about the food. Yeah, because it's not going down well with me.
What would be the advice to him?
My advice would be the people are selling on the sidewalk. Let them take them from there. The people are selling right, right. They ground on them, they casa ground on them. Let they talk to them, they put them to good place that to sell for us, to get food for them.
Okay.
But I don't have the much of time because I have a lot of things to say, but I can't just say all.
No, it will be good that you just speak a mind.
Uh,
You are free.
okay, because what I'm saying, well, now you want to say what you want to speak. Now, just give you an example, go red light, you see the dump side behind other people. And right there, people can be selling cookies on the side wall. And the food from the dump side can from there can set on the food. Then you take it again, you eat it. It will not be good for the body. It can really hurt us sometimes when
So
see it.
that means you call it in
I call in for the government to help
the
us to
city
do
corporation.
something about in our community, deal on them. Everything can be with the government. The community will have to do something about it. The system will have to do something about it. The representative have to speak about it. Yeah.
So why is it making?
I think it's common in Nigeria.
We will be speaking to our own brother shortly. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, so we asked you what we are discussing about food hygiene. So why is your thought on about topic?
Yeah, good. So take care of the food you can be selling. Plan of be no plan will not be on it because customer can come back. So it must probably good. The way high take care of yourself, you must take care of your good. So if you be selling, you must make the arrow clean. You ask the GC good. Do for so boy that one it will be alright. So if someone can save the person, the good. So it can be bad. So because the food is supposed to eat, it go your somewhere, you got to take care of your food. So if you're selling, you got to take care of your food. Someone come by, you not get sickness away. So it will be alright.
So do you have any advice for the government?
Yeah, I would say the government, the government help to talk to the people to be a person. Yeah, because those seller then get some of them they hire, some of them they understand. But if you talk to them, some of them they understand. But if you talk to them, it's good to talk to them the way how they're supposed to take care of the food.
So what's the name again?
My name is Usman Jallo. Yeah.
Folks, we stay here looking for one or two person that will really talk to us. I, Matthew Jacobs here, giving this the topic about food. We are in Liberia. It is not easy. There are a lot of people who've been rushed to hospital daily due to contaminated food. In fact, you will go and buy the food on the street, not knowing that food have been contaminated. There are a lot of virus that enter the food. So until we close up, there are a lot of people who really want to speak to them, but then they're scaring away. So we just want to speak to one of our brother here. Brother Foko, good afternoon.
Yes, I'm eating the several slaves
Yeah.
and I have see what they have done to me.
Oh, it have affected you before.
Yes.
Yeah. So how it affect you?
Yeah, sometimes it can give me malaria, running stomach, and so on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anything on your mind, you can speak.
Yeah, I want to send my something to the president, to our government, to help us in this process about the people that are selling these markets along the road. Sir. I want for them to give them a specific area to do their business. Of course, they say selling along the road get faster money than they sit in one place where you will see something that the gauge sharp is saying on there, maybe you'll not be having that customer at that time. But I want to tell the government to help us through this process, lawmakers, our senators to help us in the process to do these things for us. So I want to send that to our government. And also those people that are selling are seeing it here right now, are seeing yam along the road and know something over it to protect it now. So I want to show that one to our government to say they must help us to talk to the people to stop doing this business along the road. Yeah, especially to our mommies, our daddies now that can do this business to stop doing that business. To be doing their business there. Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that was it. Studio, if you are there, take note. We do have a lot of citizens speaking to us on this topic. So
Yeah,
studio, yeah, okay. Thank you
thank
very
you,
much. That was it. And
thank you so much, Matthew.
so that
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate the crew out there, and we coming back to
yeah.
our video. We coming back to our video to just show you some of the things that we do out there. You see, this is food. She's selling pepper salad, and it's all open, and it's in the dust. The cash is one side, and people passing all over. People transacting the business and shopping at the same time. And yet it says she's standing right out there. The food is everything is open, and nobody care if they are sick. Like one of the interview, the guy the interview said that when they are sick, they become a burden to the government. Of course, when you go to the hospital and there is not sufficient drugs, of course, who you start blaming? You start blaming the government. But you also not taking into consideration your habits. You need to take control of your health. You need to take control of the way in which you handle your food, the way in which you eat your food, the things you eat. And you can't just go anywhere. This thing costs, it costs career. See, this guy is selling cassava leaf right here. This ground cassava leaf and some other stuff. Yeah, we like cassava leaf, but if you are doing it, you processing it, let it be in such a way that you are also concerned about the safety of the food. You are also concerned that people are not going to get sick after buying your food and consuming it. So we have to be careful. Those that are out there that are selling these things, please, you have to take note that you are not selling only for the money, but you are selling to help the people as well. This is food here all open up. And we're going to be posting these small videos on our channel, if you can finish, so you can also watch it. The most important thing here is for you to be aware. This is an awareness time. This video is all about awareness. We want to ensure that you are safe. You want to ensure that you will not get sick every 5 minutes you are in a hospital. This whole program is about is to ensure that your journey to the hospital is few. Sometimes you get diarrhea and you don't have access to medical care. You die in the process because you are losing fluid. Now, food safety hygiene involves these 4 simple steps: cleaning, separating, cooking, chilling. The way in which you prepare your food, the way in which you handle them. And so if you are doing these things, this says that these steps, it helps to reduce the risk of harmful germs such as bacteria, viruses, parasites from spreading to the food and making people sick. Food safety hygiene is important for public health, as well as for personal and business reasons. So it's not because of us alone. It's for everybody else around you. And we go on to list some of these things that are caused, by your exposure to the way in which you are handling food. And if you see that slides that we have there, so some of the common sicknesses caused by improper handling of food are salmonellosis, an infection caused by salmonella bacteria, which can be found in raw or uncooked meat, poultry, eggs, dairy products. Symptoms include diarrhea, fever, abdominal cramps, and vomiting. Sometimes you don't know where the things come from, but when you get home after going to the market or maybe going to shopping and you just tasted one of these things, you start getting sick. You start blaming witch. You start blaming the old lady in the village. You start blaming your father, your mother, their background, all those things. You have failed to take proper care of your food, but here you are blaming other people because you have no idea that these things or the way in which you are handling your food is enough reason to even take you to the grave. Another common sickness is called norovirus infection, also known as stomach flu. It is caused by highly contagious virus that can spread through contaminated food, water, or surfaces. The surface, the table, the things, the way in which we place our food, those things, it can contaminate your food. And symptoms, again, is almost like the same thing that we read earlier. Include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain. So it is important that we take care of our food, the way in which we handle them. And we go on to name some of the things, some of the sicknesses that are caused or by improper handling of this food. If you look at our slides, you see another long name, Campylobacterius losis of, sorry, I just pronounced that word the wrong way. But it is also an infection. It is also an infection caused by this particular bacteria. It can be found in raw or uncooked poultry, unpasteurized milk, contaminated water, and the symptom also includes the same diarrhea and sometimes bloody fluid. You were stooling, but you also passing blood, and fever, abdominal pain, nausea. And we have E. coli infection. It's also an infection caused by certain strain of E. coli bacteria, which can be found in raw or uncooked beef, unpasteurized milk. You all who like sour milk, all kind of milk, you got to be careful how you eat those things. Fresh produce. When you see other fresh foods, make sure you wash them properly, because the symptoms, some of them include diarrhea, also bloody fluid, abdominal pain, cramps, kidney failure in some severe cases. So we have to be careful in how we handle our food. C. perfringens infection is also caused by this C. perfringens bacteria, which can be found in cooked food that are left at room temperature for too long. There are some food that when you leave at room temperature for too long, they start getting infected, such as meat, poultry, sometimes gravy, sometimes the beans you eat. So the symptoms for those also include diarrhea and abdominal cramps. So we are saying this to prevent these things and other foodborne illnesses. It is important to follow the proper food safety hygiene practices, such as washing your hands and the utensils that you use, cooking food to safe temperatures, separating raw and cooked food, refrigerating leftovers properly, and also the way in which you handle them. If you have to cover the food, you need to cover it. If the food it has expired, you need to get rid of it. Because you are looking for money so much, don't go and kill somebody because you are looking for money. So this was just a hint to those that are out there that love to go out and eat, and those that are selling food. Be very, very much aware of how you handle the food that you are selling so that you won't make people sick. Wash your hands before handling food. Wash your hands using the bath after using the bathroom. Wash your hands when you are handle blood, bloodly bodily fluids. Bodily fluids includes all the fluids that come from our body. It can be blood, it can be mucus, it can be when you're puking, it can be all the fluids. Hot food should be covered at all times. Hot food should be kept at certain temperatures, and always remember to wash your fruits and vegetables before you eat them. So this is just an awareness on food safety hygiene. And so you're going to see on our page some of these videos is just to ensure that you don't get yourself sick because of the food you are consuming. I want to say thank you for joining us, and we will be back here again on the roundtable. And our OB crew out there, we want to say thank you for bringing those people that were able to give their views on the way in which we handle our food. We will be here again on another edition of this roundtable. I'm your host, Pastor Patience. God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.